You can move the character. That's another thing that we can show in here.
Yeah, get out the car.
No. This photo needs a sticker. I think it needs another.
Right, well, but how many stickers are there?
Wait, how do I... Oh, fuck, I didn't want to leave.
So now you can get out the car.
Cyberpunk!
That's the same start as last time. Just
It's
shout over.
Cyberpunk week.
Is it officially Cyberpunk week now?
2 weeks. This week there is one, and it's one of the weeks, and next week there is the expansion release, so
Okay,
2
so
weeks of Cyberpunk.
This week is 2.0 week.
2.0 week.
Yes. This is not the first big update actually, but I bought Cyberpunk at launch and I played it a little bit on PS4, and I didn't really get into it, and I never
Was
went
it the
back
story,
to it since.
or was it the gameplay? Oh, okay,
Both,
it was
actually.
PS4.
PS4 Pro, performance-wise, it wasn't that big a deal. Because, all right, the frame rate wasn't super fast or anything, but it was perfectly playable. I just thought the actual gunplay was bad, and once I got to the Johnny Silverhand bit, and the story didn't grab me, and I just felt disinterested.
Mine was the opposite. So it took me about 50 hours to get to the Johnny Silverhand bit because I was doing all the side content. But I had a similar experience where I bought the PS4 version of the game, and it's actually in the plastic. I never took the plastic off this. I never played Cyberpunk until like 3 weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, where I streamed. I was actually ready to give up on Cyberpunk because I streamed a little bit, the opening. It didn't click with me. The frame rate was terrible.
This is on
Everything
PC now.
went on PC. Yeah, everything was going wrong on that stream. And then and that's one of my issues with camera tools. We can go over this because I wanted to use camera tools, but I find most camera tools super hard to understand. But I kind of have a teacher in Portugal that uses camera tool, and it's a wizard. He is a wizard in camera tools. Like he finds all the tricks. So after he gave me the lesson, it was
David?
like, yeah.
How do you pronounce his username?
I have no idea.
It's just some letters.
It's David to me, and that's. But he gave me like a 1 hour and a half lesson on how to take photos on Cyberpunk, and now I take photos in Cyberpunk using camera tools.
Yeah, that's basically the only way anybody does take pictures in Cyberpunk. Because that was another thing that kind of made me lose a bit of interest. Because using the base photo mode and the base game, the official, state of the game, the quality, at least on console, wasn't particularly great. And then
especially on PS4.
Yeah, and you see that compared to what he's achieved with camera tools and also with the character mods and everything.
Yeah,
and there's no contest. So
one of the updates for PC was a tool that lets you inject mods. So CD Projekt Red knows that mods are popular, and I completely understand it. The first photo mode contest that CD Projekt Red put out there didn't allow for mods.
Yeah, I remember that.
And they since shift that. The newer ones allow for camera tools and mods.
Yeah, because they realised that that's how everybody's doing it.
Yeah, it's a really popular game on PC for a reason.
It definitely is. It's probably as well like the best showcase for camera tools and mods Like it really demonstrates the benefit of using them.
I've been using camera tools, not mods. I think mods fry my brain. I don't understand how mods work. Even games that are easy to mod, I never managed to do it. But camera tools, I've been using it for a year and a half, more or less. And this is the game that I feel the most difference between
most benefit
using it. Yeah. Another one was Final Fantasy VII Remake, but that is basically, if you get a free camera, is already good. That's not the most. You can also place lights because it's the Unreal Unreal Unlocker. I don't remember what the last U or the first U or the U in the middle is, but it's the U, and you can place light. But I think Cyberpunk is the one that, like, even the light in the game. Yesterday on stream, I was saying this. It doesn't seem quite right in certain in the game. The game's lighting doesn't feel quite right in some places, and so if you are taking the photo, even just placing a white light in front, just a simple thing makes all the difference. You can actually see the textures in the faces of the characters. You don't need that many mods to see the difference. You just need a light bulb, and that's it. Yeah,
it's the same sort of theory as what we were on about with Ubisoft games. You know, their in-game lighting can be so flat, and you've got to really seek out strong lighting to give any depth to the characters. Sure. Yeah. So you had a nice surprise this week. Was it this week? Was it?
It was
yesterday?
Okay. We are recording on a Tuesday, so it was yesterday. Right before my
Monday.
Yeah, right before my Monday stream. I was actually ready to click start streaming on OBS when I check my Twitter, and I have a DM asking me if I want a code to do screenshots earlier, and then he actually thought I hurt myself because I started screaming and dancing all around, and
Oh, so you didn't go, nah.
No, I went, this is really cool, because it happened in the past of people offering me free games, but it never was so fast. So I'm pretty new in the Cyberpunk community. Like, they could have gone for dozens of other photographers, but they picking me is a really huge deal for me. It's like a big turnaround.
And so you've been given a code for Phantom Liberty.
Phantom Liberty and 2.0. So actually, to play Phantom Liberty, you need to update the game to 2.0.
Right.
Because I was trying to not update the game and still have access to Phantom Liberty, because updating the game means losing the camera tools and only being able to use the photo mode.
I see. So having just said that the camera tools make all the difference, you've now sacrificed that. I'm sure they will be repatched.
For sure.
France will update that. So that means that you go back on the default photo mode, which has not changed?
Nothing at all.
Let's see.
Actually, what I think part of the reason why I was offered a code was because I mentioned that today we would be recording an episode on Cyberpunk, and if there were any changes, we would postpone this, and that started a dialogue. So they I think that's the reason why they offer me the code early.
Maybe as a slight distraction there as well. If a community manager encounters someone like that in that live interaction, they might think, oh, I'll just have a quick look at their profile, and how far are they going to scroll? You're only going to go through a few pages worth. So as long as you've got some content in there, if you've posted some Cyberpunk shots in the last couple of weeks, they're going to think, yeah, but has he posted them consistently over the last 2 years or so? And then check that.
Yeah.
So if you're after a game, be relevant to that game and publisher and etc. currently. While you're asking, might do some good.
I actually started posting Spider-Man because I reached out to PlayStation Portugal yet again.
Well, that's the way to do it. Yeah, there's no point having no Spider-Man content ever and then going, can I have it? Because I promise I will start doing Spider-Man. Yeah. Anyway, go on then. Let's have a look at what else is in 2.0. We can do it with the photo mode, with the default photo mode. I remember it was an orbit camera, right?
Give me a second, and I will show you. And okay, so that's one of my beefs with this photo mode. So there is a shortcut. You press the 2 analog sticks to get into the photo mode, which is really cool. My first beef with this photo mode is that you have 2 camera types. One is first person perspective, self-explanatory. It's the way you see the game, the way you play the game. The other is called drone, and I don't know who chose this name, but a drone flies freely around everything. This is anything but. It is. The range is pretty limited. That's the range, and it's orbit. Yeah.
It's not acceptable. I mean, an orbit option is fine. And the very fact that they've got 2 separate camera modes. So when you're in first person, you've got no character. Is that the case?
I have no character. Yeah.
So if you basically want to shoot the character, you've only got one option.
It's this. So I'm now out of the photo mode. If I change, it's the same screen that I had.
Can
before.
You move though?
No.
Oh, it's a fixed camera.
It's a fix. It's basically your eyes.
It's the character's viewpoint, right?
Yeah, and you can't even go. So outside the photo mode, I can do this, and I see myself.
Yeah.
If I go into photo mode, first person, and I do the same, I can't. There's a block. I can't see myself.
Yeah.
It's my first beef, but there is presets. So you basically have 9 presets that will change the perspective. Since losing the camera tools, I found this to be really helpful for some angles, because then you can adjust them. It's not a perfect solution by any means, but it's a solution. Let me just do something really quick, because I don't think the light is helping. You can change the time of day in the photo mode, but you can in the menu.
In the game itself, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Oh.
I caught a sandstorm. What's the chance?
It's an interesting opportunity there.
Okay, it's the second time I see a sandstorm.
It's called night city, not daytime.
True. Let's try this again. So with camera tools, you can actually change the time of day freely.
Yeah.
The sandstorm is still on, but I think the light is much better now. Yeah, it is. The other thing that you can do in the camera tools is, okay, you have a free camera, that's a given. No restraints at all. But you can also change the wetness of the floor and the size of the puddles, which is really cool with a ray tracing option. It's really, really good.
Okay, so obviously when I played it, this was pre-ray tracing, and it had the big update 1.3, was it? I can't remember what they actually called it, but the big ray tracing update. Presumably you've only played it with that, so you've not seen the difference.
Yeah,
but
I never seen the difference, but
I noticed just before when it was wet, the neon signs and everything were reflecting all over the floor, and it looked pretty good already.
It's really cool to drive around and to have the night lights just being all over. The other thing is, if you press the spacebar on PC, this is only on PC. If you press the spacebar, let's pretend that I'm playing on medium settings. It will render the whole screen to the max settings that my PC is capable of doing, sacrificing the frame rate. So
good.
Since you are not playing, it will render everything max, and that's amazing.
Every photo mode should do that. If you're making photo mode now, do that. Like, I don't care if I've got to wait longer for my shot. I will, especially if you just let me move the camera freely, and then when I want to capture it, then you render the max res one. I want high resolution. I want highest possible level of detail. I will wait for the shot.
So in the cars, the photo mode is pretty similar, but you don't get the first person perspective.
Well, that's no loss.
Or the presets, or the drone. You
don't get the presets.
Oh, you get the presets. I thought you didn't. The problem of playing on PC is that you get these flaws. So that's not my V. My V looks a bit different. But outside of the presets, so I want to get a shot of the car behind me, that police car. I can't, because it will be drawn to the character.
Yeah. This is the problem with an orbit camera always.
Yeah.
You have to create a line of sight through your character, and if you can't hide them, even if you can hide them, you're forced to have the camera far away or in a often awkward position.
So what the heck is that dude doing? Jumping the fence.
Well, there's someone who's looks like and the woman behind is sunk into the concrete. That's fine.
Okay, so the rest of the options, you have the field of view.
Yeah, fairly standard.
Yeah, the rotate is basically 90 degrees one side.
Yeah.
And 90 degrees the other side. Which is alright, but I would like to have at least 180.
Every single time, just say, why not go from 0 to 360 and loop? Like, it's the easiest solution. Then you don't leave anything out. I never really shoot anything upside down, but the option will be there.
So basically, on depth of field, you have autofocus. It will always focus on V. So if you're trying to capture anything else, it's not possible.
But you've got manual focus distance at least.
Yeah.
I like it when autofocus is applied with an actual detection reticle, so I can aim at something and click autofocus. That's the right way to do it.
Same.
We've seen a few, haven't we? God of War, wasn't it? Had autofocus. We could choose which character it switched to.
Yeah.
In 2018.
And then you could change it, and that was really cool. Like, if you wanted a photo to be on the focus on the distance and Atreus was there, you could go and focus on Atreus and then change
tweak it,
the distance. Okay, so it's the aperture. It's really hard to get a good aperture that doesn't do the blur on the side of the characters. that's that small halo.
Yeah, that fuzzy edge.
It's
I mean that's
it's
another
so
thing.
hard.
Franz was telling me more information about his depth of field.
The new
for
tool.
EA,
Yeah.
And I didn't realize it doesn't use any depth buffer at all. It's purely done from adjusting the camera's viewpoint and converging it on a single focal area, and then just blending to create the blur. But the reason we get that kind of effect in the game is because it is doing the Z buffer, the depth, and you're getting fuzzy effects over where geometry and effects are overlapping, and
it's so hard to use. That tool is so hard to use.
Okay, I've seen the setup for it. It's quite extensive, but once you get the hang around of it, I suppose.
Yeah, it's like everything with camera tools. Once you have a workflow, it seems easy. It's the point from not having a workflow until you get that workflow that is
all over the place.
So frustrating.
Yeah, but I would like to see more of any of the in-game photo modes doing depth of field in better ways, because it is one of the flaws. Like, you often see it's got depth of field and it's just some really harsh, unrealistic blur, and it's not good.
You got exposure.
This is another thing. You get exposure quite often and it's not strong enough. That's okay. At least that's overexposed more than I would want it. But in Starfield, for example, you can go all the way down to black, but all the way up is only just a little bit brighter than it started.
I think here is the opposite. You get it should go darker, right?
Yeah.
It's not dark enough.
It's not too bad though.
Is it? I don't know. So I think he froze.
It's fine. I can hear you.
Did I froze? Did you froze?
Momentarily.
Okay. So then you have contrast. The same contrast. It's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah, that's not a very powerful one.
Yeah,
but it's fine.
I usually bump it because I don't think it's that powerful. It's just it's here. Highlights.
So, out of interest, if you put the exposure down and then bring the highlights up, can you just emphasize like that single light on top of the police car? So exposure's dim now.
So by the way, another feature that is missing is the reset, that setting, that specific setting.
The good time to demonstrate that is at the last tab, or the next tab.
The slots or the stickers?
The stickers.
I'm not. I haven't opened it, and
we've got to. Anyway,
it will take us several episodes to go through every sticker. Okay.
To go through them all.
I never seen, and I've seen so many, a single Cyberpunk screenshot that uses stickers.
I remember taking one, early on when there's that medical, I think it might be medical thing, like a hovering ambulance that comes at the balcony.
Oh yeah,
I took one of that, and there's some medically themed stickers, and I remember trying to see if they would work with it, and you're just like, this is just for the sake of it. Like, I wasn't looking at this going, what this really needs. It's like a fake syringe or something.
And the thing is, this is a game that doesn't lend itself. By the way, chromatic aberration is not working because I have it off on the settings.
I always think it should at least turn it back on for you.
I agree with you, for sure. Grain, at least with the camera tools, what happens is it takes the grain out. This is my second complaint. My second biggest complaint about this photo mode is the effects.
Okay,
so I don't like the way the camera works, the camera movement works. and my second is the effects. And that's because I actually like the effects, but they are super strong. Like,
and
ultra strong.
No intensity.
And they don't have an intensity meter. You can change this. Like this one, in certain situations with the neon lights, it's actually good. With the pink tones. But then you get no control over it. It's either full-blown pink or get out of here.
And the trouble with that is that it tends to make your shots all look the same if you use them.
Exactly.
You know, so it's fine if you want to kind of do a themed set like that. If you took that every shot, the content almost becomes irrelevant. Everything's just red. Yeah.
Like this one, the 9, is basically upping the vibrancy and saturation.
It looks fairly high contrast as well, actually, and that's quite bright. But it's. I mean, what is that? It's a bit of a puzzle as well. Like you get from one game to another, you get completely different approaches to the filters and effects. Yeah. Some are really strong, some are barely even distinguishable from each other.
Like, what is this?
You're never going to use that.
And that's the thing. I never found a use for it. No. I've been looking by so many albums of Cyberpunk lately, and I never seen anyone use the filters.
Well, why would you?
Unless
it's only
unless it's this one, and it's like 1 or 2 photos, and that's it.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's like,
and they're not becomes even irrelevant.
Yeah. So frames, I never seen the frames. I never been past.
Go through the frames, because isn't there some backgrounds as well? I think you've got some like coloured backgrounds that go behind the character. You're going to need the character in shot to check it, unless I'm misremembering. I like ones that you've got cutouts in, but it's always nice as well to have the option to make it transparent, you know.
Yeah. Also, I don't understand the letters. I will show you in a minute. Oh, that's cool.
There's a lot. You can't knock from on quantity.
Jeez, is this the most?
I don't know. It's up there.
49.
Is that the max?
Yeah.
I'm sure there was a way to have like a totally yellow background behind the character.
You can move the character. That's another thing that we can't show. We can show in here.
Yeah, get out of the car.
No. This photo needs a sticker.
Right, well, but how many stickers are there?
I think it needs another. Wait, how do I... Oh, fuck, I didn't want to leave.
Well. So now you can get out of the car.
I'm being chased by the police, which is something that 2.0 introduces. It's basically the police is very brutal now. I tried to get to max police people searching for me, and I didn't get it. Okay, so
there is a reason to do that, I think. So we were looking at the 2.0 patch notes, and there's no changes to the photo mode, so this is the same as it was originally. But it does add, well, the list of things. Right? We've got redesigned skill trees and perks, revamped cyberware, new capacity system, vehicle combat and car chases.
That's one of the reasons, one of the new photo opportunities.
Yeah, exactly.
And I can't wait to try that one. It's going to be so chaotic.
Yeah. So on the website it says your first option is shooting your pistols and SMGs either from the back of a motorcycle straight through your car's windshield, or out the side of the window. So straight away, that's that movie style, hand out the side.
You are thinking so... Like, I don't know. I don't even know how to shoot my gun.
Well, I don't. But it adds an extra, like you said, an extra photo opportunity, an extra dimension.
I die.
Yeah. Does that clear your wanted level?
It is, yeah. The thing is, this is not Mortal Shell. Why did I die?
Because you're not paying attention. The 5-star thing, though, by the way, I don't know if you've seen it, but it says, for those who reach the max 5 heat stars, have a surprise Max Tech mini-boss experience.
Yeah, I've seen videos of that.
Have you?
And it's insane. That's one photo opportunity that I want to get. That's why I tried it. Because those bosses, so you get basically a max tech unit from every class, every like a mantis user, a gun user, a networker. So there is tons of opportunity for that. So I want to be here. I want to get a cool neon background for the watch.
So I don't think we mentioned that this update, the 2.0 update, is free.
It is, yeah. If you have the game, you basically have the 2.0 update for free,
and it's on PC and consoles, as far as I know.
It is. It's not on PS4 or Xbox
One.
The older model of Xboxes. Okay, so poses. There is a lot. You can go with action or idle. Action is basically a lot of this. Like, you get one with every weapon, and you can put the muzzle off or off. That's the only light control that you have.
Literally what I was about to say. It's the only the only extra light source you've got. Does it have weapons that you've unlocked, or do you have access to all weapons?
You get access to at least one type of weapon, because at this point of the game I didn't have a sniper rifle.
Okay.
So you get a lot.
So here, now we're in a really dark area. Go back to your exposure and just show me how bright you can make this scene. It'll also help us see what's going on anyway. See, that's pretty good. I think that's powerful enough.
Oh, I love this pose. It's a pose that I take most of my shots. The thing is, okay, I don't like this pose, but I can do it so it's in the air.
Yeah, the being on the floor is a little bit weird.
And now she can be shooting at something or someone in the distance.
Yeah, so what you've just demonstrated there, but not said it, is that you can move the character around.
Yeah.
So there's like it's this XY box, but also vertical Z-axis adjustment on them. I can only offhand. I can't even remember what else has got that.
On the idle, there is like so many.
Quite a few. Like I said, you can't knock them on quantity of the things they put in there, apart from camera modes. yeah, they're good. They're good puzzles, and the fact that you can rotate and shift the characters around. Can you only do it for the main character? If there was a buddy there, can you move them as well?
The only other character you can do it is Johnny.
You can.
Yeah, John. But you, there are certain sections of the game where you play as Johnny, and you can only do it on those sections. If you are like hallucinating with Johnny, you can't control him.
Right, so you can only ever move one of them at a time.
Yeah.
It's still, I mean, I think it was Deathloop actually that has the ability to do this. And it just means it gives you that freedom to create, a different kind of interaction with characters, because you can at least get them close enough, but instead of having to nail a moment in game where they've done the right animation or whatever, you can just position, like for a face off or something like that. You can put them together by walking somewhere near and then moving them into place.
You get expressions too. I agree. Like I said it on the Hi-Fi Rush review. There are certain shots that I couldn't make because sometimes even when you are like looking for that animation, that specific animation in a game, and then the gun is like slightly to your right or slightly to your left, and just having the rotate is. So now you have expressions. This is something that I wish there isn't one.
Covering her face with the UI.
Oh, that's another thing that I can do. I can control it.
There we go.
Without.
Good. Again, everything should do this.
Yeah.
They're all right. I think they're reasonably good.
The thing is, look at the neck. You see sometimes when you move the character, you see the rigging, like the part where they
like the join.
Yeah,
okay.
And then this is actually a good example, I think.
Yeah.
See
there?
I
can see the line on the neck. Yeah.
So you then need to like move
to hide it.
Because it will disappear on the right, like now it's not on the top of the neck, but through the shirt you see that a little bit.
Yeah, and then it goes away. You could remove that in post quite easily.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm the same. I try to avoid nasty like failings like that. If they're ever stood and their feet are off the floor or something, when they're just not fully in contact with the surface, so you have to manipulate the view so it disguises it.
You have the option look at the camera.
Good. And it works.
Yeah. On the camera tools you get the full rigging, like Death Stranding, where you can move the bit by bit the torso, the head, and the eyes, like where the eyes are looking. It
makes
really
all
cool.
the difference, because that straight ahead all the time versus like sideways glance and whatever. Yeah, it just makes a big difference. Nice hairdo, by the way. Quite like. Not you.
My Vi's. I keep calling her Vi, because I model her from one character in League of Legends called Vi.
Okay.
And she's V, and I'm doing this all the time, even while playing the game. See, the autofocus is on. I didn't do this focus. I didn't even realize that I haven't.
Yeah. So when you leave it on and you move the camera, does it track them?
Yeah, it tracks. Yeah. I've been moving the camera a lot.
But yeah, the stickers, by the way, is what I was on about before. That there's so many, and to turn it off, or it wasn't it. If you go all the way to one end, You have to
I
go all
have
the
no
way.
idea.
Just
I
go
was
into
trying
stickers.
to avoid
Right,
this.
put it on.
Oh, the background.
There you go. Oh, there you go. It's because you're in the car. See, I knew there was. Didn't think I'd imagined that.
I didn't know this was a thing.
That's what you get for ignoring the tabs.
I mean, yeah. Would you use it?
Go on the stickers.
I don't
You
wanna.
don't use it very
Don't
often.
make me. I don't wanna. Okay, let's do it.
Pick one. Right, to go all the way. Let's see how many rows there are. I don't need to count them. Just scroll it. Let's just see. Right, pick one of those at the bottom. Pick it. Doesn't matter where. And then imagine you do that for all of them. Like you said, there's no reset. So you can't get rid of them. And to turn them off, you have to go back to it. So go back to number 1 now. And you have to scroll all the way back up to nothing.
Wait.
You can't get rid of the sticker.
I have to. What?
Exactly. So not only is there no reset, there's no delete the sticker. So you've scrolled down 170 stickers. And imagine you put all 10 on. You've got to scroll all the way back up to get rid of them all. Just give a delete button, or a reset,
You were looking at my camera before. Why aren't you now?
It's fine. I can see both.
No, but she's not looking anymore.
I thought you meant me.
Oh, you. You're there. I didn't realize you're still here. Hi.
Right. Do you need a timer now that you've got a problem? You've got 1 minute to get your shot.
Oh, this is my shot.
Is it?
It can be. Yeah, it can
This
be.
is the cover. It can be, yeah. Is it ready, or do you need a minute?
It can be ready, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so to display how
Get the UI
to
off the
capture.
screen, though. You need the actual shot.
Okay. The thing is, to display the rendering thing.
Yeah.
I now press. That's the problem. See how it went overexposed?
Yes.
That stays. And then you have to tweak it. You have to go to the settings, tweak the lighting, because this is giving adjustments to the rendering and not to the gameplay. So now I have to go here, turn it to a point that I like, press it again. And it's still not at the point that I would like or that I had before. And this is really something that there is no way around it. There is no trick to don't use exposure over 50. No, there is no way to control this. Once you go into rendering, that's where you will see how your picture will turn in terms of the light and I think it's just the light, actually, the light and exposure. So when you are using camera tools and you put a lot of lights around you, then you press and then you have to go light by light and adjust it. This one was overexposed, but usually it's the other way around. It's it goes really dark.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. So is it not just always, if you know it always overexposes, then you compose it underexposed? So it's not always that?
No, it's... I still haven't found a proper way. So you aren't seeing it, haha. But I will send you the pictures to put on the edit. It's easier.
Okay.
But yeah, that's the Cyberpunk 2.0 update for the photo mode. So no update to the photo mode.
Well, it's an update for the game. And Phantom Liberty you can't show because you haven't reached it yet.
And even if I did, I can't show it.
Well, you could by the time the embargo lifts, but we could have held the video, but you
Yeah.
you don't have the option because you haven't reached it. Is this true?
It is.
There you go.
That statement is it's true. Yeah.
So what that will have, I guess, is a whole new area, isn't it? A whole new district. And Idris Elba.
Yeah,
others.
that's the thing. That's the thing that everyone wants to photograph, to be honest, is Idris Elba.
Yeah. I wonder if now they're going to keep this theme going. Of each new DLC will have a new.
It's the last one. It's the only one. They announced that this is the final big expansion, and they are starting to work on the next project, Cyberpunk project.
Oh, an actual sequel.
I don't know if it's a sequel. It's a game in the Cyberpunk world. So yeah.
That's it then.
Bye.